And now to Delta State, where the Commissioner for Works, Rural Roads and Public Information, Charles Aniagu, has resumed duty as the Information Ministry with a clear message from Governor Sheriff Oborevwori that the best way to respond to critics is through the delivery of more projects. Ikenna Amechi has more in this report.
After a little cabinet reshuffle by the governor of Delta State, Sheriff Oborevwori, over the weekend, Commissioner for Information, Mr. Ifeanyi Osuoza, has been redeployed. Mr. Charles Aniagu, who is the Commissioner for Works, Rural and Riverine Roads, now oversees the State Information Ministry. At this press briefing in Asaba, he reacted to the recent criticism and misinformation about Governor Oborevwori from the opposition, especially the baseless defection story.
Oborevwori is a very proud member of the People's Democratic Party. Oborevwori is a clear leader amongst leaders of the party in Nigeria, and Oborevwori is not in any way hungry to abandon the People's Democratic Party. In one of our outings in Ughelli, the governor asked Deltans to support the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So for a governor to say support the president, that is the height of patriotism. We are not contesting election, we are not campaigning. When the time for campaign comes, we will be able to know that Tinubu has an opponent. Today, Tinubu does not have an opponent or opposing president.
According to Mr. Charles, the governor's reaction to these is to unleash more people-oriented projects across the state that will better the lives of residents, the reason he was elected.
Governor Sheriff Oborevwori is not interested in any political fight. He's interested in responding to critics with more and more projects. So his business at the moment is governance. And he's not going to lose sight of it because of side talk. Because he believes that this is not the time to begin to play politics. What he's doing at the moment is to ensure that he keeps faith with Deltans, both those who voted for him and those who did not vote for him.
The commissioner, who was accompanied by the chief press secretary to the governor and the executive assistant to the governor on public enlightenment, projects and policies, read out achievements of Governor Oborevwori in infrastructure development, healthcare, education, agriculture, and youth empowerment. Ikenna Amechi, TVC News, Asaba.
And now to Katsina State, where the state has opened a one-day capacity building for non-oil exports to avail potential exporters to harness the opportunities in the sector. The event, which is a one of its kind, is primarily aimed at identifying key areas of investment and areas investors and government can work together to promote economic activities. And TVC News correspondent Abdulatif Yusuf reports. I will bring you that report subsequently, but let's now turn attention to the Middle East, where Israeli forces have stepped up attacks on Gaza bombing. Bombing a school, a town shelter, and several homes across the Strip, and killing at least 24 people earlier today. The attacks come despite mediators saying a ceasefire agreement is closer than ever, with U.S. President Joe Biden and Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi issuing a joint call on Israel and Hamas to conclude a deal. Thousands of Israelis rallied in Tel Aviv and are calling for a deal that would secure the release of captives held in Gaza, while hundreds of hardliners marched in Jerusalem, demanding a continuation of the war. Israel's genocide in Gaza has killed over 46,000 Palestinians and wounded more than 110,000 since October the 7th, 2023, and that's according to data from the United Nations and Rights Group.